This week's edition of Diggnation is brought to you by GoDaddy.com, Take TV,
and Denny's Grand Slam.
The best $4 you ever spent on sexual release.
Now what dice him for that ass?
Slam. Slam.
Welcome to Diggnation.
Also potentially hazardous to your health.
All right, moving on. Why do you have flies in your freaking house? I noticed this earlier.
It's Southern California and I have fruit.
You put zombie and you put ear in the title, and I don't want to do it. Diggnation.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to Diggnation, episode number 124. I'm Alex Albrecht.
And I'm Kevin Rose. Diggnation covers some of the hottest weekly stories on the social news website, dig.com, that's dig.com.
That's right, it's time for us to cover those stories.
Indeed.
We're here in Los Angeles, California. I don't know if you guys recognize the old background, but we're back in the original, this is where we created the show.
First time we did an episode was right on this couch.
First week.
First
four episodes.
Like, year almost, it seemed like.
It seems like that,
Was it
doesn't
like that? It was a couple months.
Not at all. Maybe a month. So we're here. We have our beers. Well, we're still rocking the Diggnation Beer Club beers. So if you want to drink the beers that we're drinking, we've chosen the Archer's Ale. We're gonna move on to Kevin's gonna move on to the Road Dog. I'm gonna move on to the IPA.
There we are.
There we are. Good to know. Good time. So if you want to get your sample of these beers and also be able to drink while we're drinking, you can buy a subscription to the beer club at dignationbeerclub.com.
Right. And these are going to change every month.
Yep.
So next month we'll have a whole nother slew of beers. Right now there are 4 different beers I believe you get with this month's selection.
Yep.
And it's a good way if you want to get exposed to beers to try them out.
Yes. Or if we want to expose ourselves to you.
Right. You can taste it and be like, this is
like
the stuff they're tasting.
It just sounded a little skeevy.
We will not expose ourselves.
No. Well, shall we get into the show? All right. First story. No way Xbox 360 outsells PS3 in Japan. 1,915 people dug the story submitted by Nintendo Dominic. I'm not in hell, but it's still freezing here. So, you know, the Xbox 360 and the PS3, they have a long history. Long history of hate and racism.
Nah.
Mainly hate, no real racism. It just sounds better.
Yes.
The place that PS3 was whumping the 360 was obviously in Japan.
Right.
They could sort of do no wrong.
And I mean, this has gone on since the original Xbox. I mean, the PS2 was kicking the crap out of the Xbox. Never really took off.
But the Xbox 360 was such an amazing device, such an amazing device, still is to this day. And the PS3 has always been trying to kind of get its legs under it. You know, as soon as, it was delayed, they sort of implemented a lot of interesting features that were clearly from the Wii, from the 360, and they're still trying to they're not quite there yet.
Right. I got a PS3, by the way.
Congratulations.
Yes.
They're not quite there yet here, right? In Japan, they're killing, right? Because in Japan, everybody's like, this is the next PS2, so I get one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, this week, the Xbox 360 outsold the PS3 in Japan. The Xbox 360 sold 17,673 units. The PS3 only sold 17,434, but you can see how close that is.
It's like, there's got to be a slight margin of error there. I mean, are we sure? I mean, it's definitely really close. It's never been this close before.
Close and 360 on top.
I'm really curious to see what's going to happen during the holidays.
There's a...
Because the Wii's are still gone. You can't get them anywhere.
No, I know. The Wii will always sell, but the Wii will sell to people who, I had this, it's really funny, this question just came up. I was playing World of Warcraft with a friend of mine, and she said, what next-gen console should I get? And everybody that was on the chat said, the 360. And she was like, oh, I was leaning to maybe a Wii, and we all said, well, that's not a next-gen console. It's not.
But I mean,
the graphics, the only thing, there's nothing next gen.
Yeah, but don't get all religious about this. I mean, it is a new-ish console that has hit the market.
But it's not one of your options. It's not the next generation of consoles. If you are, and I've had this argument on the Totally Rad Show, I've been flamed because I said this. But if you are a person that is into the pure video game experience, you enjoyed your Xbox, you loved playing, SOCOM on the PS2. A Wii is not going to satisfy you.
Right, I understand that. But when you're talking about next generation, you're meaning which is the next iteration of this product. And this is Nintendo's, here it is, this is our next generation
that is
Nintendo.
True. Yes, that is true. To me, I see next gen as an immersive online community, high definition
Check.
graphics.
We check.
High definition
Online.
graphics. High definition graphics.
Not so much.
Right, I mean, like, that's
Right,
the stuff
I know.
that to me says next gen.
Trust me, I mean, I'm like with my little guy doing different things. I'm like, the graphics suck, but I'm having fun with Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Dude,
I was playing that. I downloaded it. It's
Mario
freaking
Galaxy,
awesome.
Mario Galaxy, amazing.
Excite Bike.
Did you play Mario Galaxy?
No.
You should get Mario Galaxy. Amazing. It's a new Mario game.
It got a 12. Oh no, it got 11 out of 10.
Dude, we got a review
by,
copy.
IGN or something. It was something crazy.
Amazing.
Really?
Oh, so much fun. For me, it was tough because I'm looking at it and I'm going, this looks like a GameCube game. It looks like Mario 64.
Right.
I mean, it's a fun game and it's sort of inventive and new, and that's all cool. The
know what?
gameplay's cool, but it's hard for me to get out of that mindset when I play Call of Duty 4 on the 360 and my mind gets blown at
By the
how
graphics,
gorgeous
right.
it is.
At the end of the day, all that really matters to me is,
Game.
am I having fun?
Yeah. And
don't
that's
care.
why the
Am I
Wii is
having a good
kicking
time?
the shit out of everybody.
And their stock is doing pretty well too.
Well, they better because they're... I mean, that and the DS, they own the shit's fun. They own that market. If you go in and go, who owns the shit's fun market?
Right.
Nintendo does.
Yep.
The DS, the Wii, they own that market.
Yep. You still use your DS Lite?
You know, I usually only use it when I travel, and now when I go back and forth to San Francisco, I use my Zune to like watch stuff, you know what I mean? Or I just sleep.
Right.
So,
I haven't used mine in a while. I don't know any new good games for the DS Lite.
Phantom Hourglass.
Pretty good?
Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass.
Oh, really? There's a new Zelda out.
And it's
All right, I'm in.
supposedly amazing.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, that's that.
All right.
So, big day in Dusseldorf, because they're also talking about this.
Congrats to Xbox 360 folks for
Yes.
making that happen. Good
All right.
console.
Congratulations.
Next story is 40-second clip, the fastest rabbit ever.
Dude.
2,087 people dug this story.
This is a fucking fast rabbit.
Submitted by Vanson. A rabbit being chased by a hawk. You will be amazed at how the rabbit owned the hawk. Don't miss the last 10 seconds. I don't know if the rabbit really owned the hawk.
No, the rabbit was just able to avoid death.
Right.
I don't think that's owning. It's not like the rabbit killed the hawk. If the rabbit somehow figured out how to kill the hawk,
Right.
then it would have been an own.
Right. But apparently we were
So
starting off
what
with
is
some
this? I
kind
mean,
of...
there's a lot of Arabic text.
Right.
This is a desert rabbit.
Okay, look at the rabbit go. Look at that. He's like, oh shit.
Oh, shark.
I know.
Roshes, fish, hawk.
Look at that. Their hawk. Boom. Look at how fast that thing
Dude,
is.
that thing is juking like crazy.
I've never seen a rabbit take off like that. Watch this jump. Ooh, look at that move. Now watch. Slow-mo. Changes directions. Going, bam. Changes directions. Look at that.
Dude.
Is that crazy?
Dude, that is crazy.
So watch. Boom! Jumps it.
Jumps the fucking hawk?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, actually. I mean...
Dude. I'm surprised. You know the best part is that in the 45th second, the hawk gets it. And they just cut that part out.
I totally
They're like the best fucking
fuck.
buddy ever. And they're like, oh, look at this. He's making. Oh, jeez.
And he's been
It's
eaten.
horrible. He ate that.
That sucks.
That's horrible.
But you know what?
I'm so glad that we don't have like a predator above us. You know what I mean? Like, isn't it nice that we don't have to
Sharks.
like worry about that? Like walking out our front door, we're going
Sharks.
to work, and all of a sudden, fucking shark jumps out.
Sharks.
And you're like, oh crap! I gotta run. I was just going to work to get my livelihood so I can feed my family, and now I gotta run because this fucking land shark's trying to get me.
Well,
Right?
we have some pretty bad things that come after us.
Like what?
Starvation in third world countries. Poverty.
Yeah, all right, but that's our
AIDS.
fault. No, that's not our fault.
Hepatitis.
Hepatitis really is bad?
I don't know. I don't know how
This
many
is
people
just
have
on my
it.
list.
What's the thing that people always get in their mouth?
Herpes.
So I don't understand how that works. You can get it mouth herpes, and there's also genital herpes, but people say they're the same thing or no?
You can transfer it.
You can transfer it.
Mouth to genital herpes transfer?
If you do mouth,
If
So-
I do what, Glenn? I love that Glenn just goes, yeah, you know, if you do
You
mouth,
know, you do mouth and it goes down there.
and then he didn't want to say what he meant.
So if a female,
Well, one is herpes simplex F, one is or 2, one's herpes simplex
right?
5 or whatever.
No, 1 and 2.
1 and 2, and one of them is like really common. Like most people have it.
They said 1 in 4, like
That's the
people
other herpes.
have the bad downstairs herpes.
A downstairs herpes?
Like 1 in 4.
You mean the cousin you leave in the basement herpes so you
Kinda.
don't have to see them at Thanksgiving?
Exactly. That's scary, man.
Be like, hey, I'm hungry.
The thing
Oh,
is,
downstairs herpes.
I know one friend of mine that's a dude, and I shouldn't say the story.
Well, you should definitely not say including his name.
I'm not gonna say his name, but he's like one of those dudes that like definitely like gets
Has some-
around, you know. And he said that he had to go into the doctor's office and have like some stuff burned off, like
Oh,
like if you get
something
warts, like
else.
they burn off the warts.
Oh,
I know, I know. First of all, well, he was pretty drunk when he told me, but I'm like, you know, it's hardcore, man.
I'm glad I don't have to have anything burned
Kids, be
off
careful.
my penis.
Seriously.
Right?
But you
I mean,
can
even in a bad way.
Upstairs herpes to downstairs herpes.
See, that
Yeah.
worries me.
Via some sort of
I-
downstairs upstairs conjunction.
No, if like someone has an open sore,
Yeah, oh, what? Just
and then
stay
like,
back.
then you're gonna like, it goes down there.
Well, first off, your diagram was amazing. but secondly, if I see somebody with a giant herp
right.
on their lip, I'm not gonna be like, you know what I'm in the mood for? Can you guess? Because it has to do with that on that. Like, what? Who does that?
I think it's
How
the
drunk
hidden
do you
ones.
have to be? Like, what's that on your lip? Don't,
Shh. Just put some
all-
salve on it first.
it's all cool.
Just put some salve on it.
It's all cool.
No.
This train started an hour ago, and this station isn't stopping here.
Oh man.
It's a one-way ticket to Pantstown.
Seriously, kids. So for the younger kids that don't know what we're talking about,
Don't learn.
no,
Don't learn.
seriously,
I
when
hope
you
you
do
never,
take,
I hope you never know what we're talking
no,
about.
when you take sex ed, pay attention. Like, follow all their safety precautions.
How did this come up from
don't know.
fastest rabbit ever? All of a sudden, I'm like, are we talking about mouth and penis herpes? And we came from
I don't
fastest
know.
rabbit ever?
I have no idea. Rabbits are full of that kind of shit. All right,
Dude, rabbit herpes? That would be scary.
let's move on.
All right, next story. Officially cool, the entire Star Wars saga in one picture. 3,611 people dug the story submitted by Mr. Babyman. With the saga complete and the book pretty much closed for Star Wars movies, the following photo is a pretty good display of the entire saga. In fact, they even wrote a Star Wars for Dummies book. This could serve as page 1. Enjoy. Check this out.
Oh, that's pretty sweet, actually.
So it starts here, and this is episode 1,
Oh.
right? You got little what's that guy's name again?
Sith.
Darth Maul. Darth Maul. You got Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Sidious, all through Jango Fett coming through here. You got all the stuff. Boom. You're into episode 2, Attack of the Clones in
Wow.
here. Episode 3, Return of the Sith, or Revenge of the Sith. You got, look at that, turning from Anakin into Vader.
Ah.
Boom. You're into episode 4, A New Hope. So this is episode 4, A New Hope. Going into Empire. This is all Empire stuff, you know, Lando Calrissian, the Cloud City, Hoth, or Koldth, which is the best.
Koldth.
Did you see that episode? I finally saw that episode of the Family Guy Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I did. It was awesome. How
Why do they call
great
it
was that?
Hoth? Why don't they call it Koldth? Genius. And then Return of the
pretty
Jedi.
awesome.
Ends it off with Return of the Jedi. This is just one of those things where, like, I wish this was like an official poster you could get. You know what I mean? Like, I have a feeling this is somebody just put this together, photoshopped it, you know? But it's just so classic Star Wars.
I mean, it looks high res. You could probably contact the person that made it and said, like, hey, can I get the original so I can print this up? I mean, that's a pretty cool poster.
That's a pretty pimp poster. Actually, I'm going to set that as my background.
That's pretty cool.
Boop, set it as my
So
background.
you know about
Yes.
the Star Wars that's coming out on? They're talking about the series.
Oh, yeah.
on
Well, that's
TV.
been kicking around for a while.
But what do you think about that? Would you watch that?
Well, it depends upon how well they do it. Dude, look at that.
That's great.
That's a hot background. It depends upon how well they do it, right? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, it's like Sarah Connor Chronicles, which is the Terminator TV series.
Right.
Donkey cock.
Sucks.
Yeah, gargling donkey balls.
That's not good.
That is a bad thing.
I haven't seen it.
Kids. It's just not good. It's like, so I feel like the good news is Lucas has such a stranglehold on his IP, which is hats off to Lucas for the forward thinking.
Yeah.
that at least I know that there's at least one guy, even though I think he might be a little crazy right now, at least I know there's one guy who's like in control of it who goes, we're making shit, so let's not do it.
Yeah.
Because like did you see any of the Clone Wars stuff, the animated series by the guys that did Samurai Jack?
No,
it's
I
actually
didn't.
really, really good.
I heard about that though.
Yeah, it's really good. It's
Do you have that on DVD? Because that was released on
don't.
DVD, right?
I don't think I got
You can
it
get that on
DVD.
Netflix though.
Yeah, you might be able to
Wait,
get
that's
it
one of our
Netflix.
sponsors today. Speaking of which, that's awesome.
Oh,
I didn't even plan that.
Subtle plug.
I didn't even plan that.
Good for you.
I didn't plan that.
But yeah, no, that's a good series. It's like 8-minute episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and so clearly that was successful and good storytelling. So I'm hoping that Lucas does the same thing. The hard thing is, I mean, I guess if you make it kind of like Battlestar Galactica-esque, you know, like Battlestar, yeah.
I'm a big Battlestar
Then you
fan.
could get into that, like, wow, all right, this could work. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
I just wonder, I mean, I hope it doesn't turn into like kind of a soap opera kind of series, you know, where it's
Yeah.
like little love story going on or something kind of just, I
Or
don't
the
know.
politics shit, like from episode 1, where it was just all like, Padme, the Senate sees you and decides you can talk.
Yeah,
And it's
I don't
like,
want to be watching C-SPAN.
No,
like,
dude,
you're like having
Star
like debates,
Wars C-SPAN.
and it's like 45 minutes long, and they're like,
that is exactly what episode 1 was. Star
that would
Wars
be
C-SPAN.
awesome. Somebody needs to do like a parody like Star Wars C-SPAN. That would be so sick.
You could literally just take the Senate, like, thing and put the C-SPAN banner on the top and the
Yes.
scroller at the bottom.
I know.
That would be genius. We got to do that in the next 3 days before this episode comes out.
That's awesome.
Oh, good lord. So anyway,
Yeah,
good time had by all.
cool stuff. Next story of the day, Xbox 360 to get downloadable original Xbox games.
Oh, dude, what?
1,105 people dug the story submitted by Wide Awake Wesley. Next month...
Dude, rockin' Wesley.
Wide Awake Wesley.
Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. I
you serious?
got his name in London.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Wesley. I met him.
Yeah. He's
Wait.
the guy that bought us the beer that we drank.
Yeah. Awesome.
Dude,
I didn't know that
cheers.
was his dig name, though. Very
Yeah,
cool. Next month, you'll be able to download original Xbox games to play on your Xbox 360, including a relatively unknown first-person shooter called Halo.
Dude.
Original Halo download
On the 360?
on the 360.
Oh, that's hot.
This is cool.
That is hot.
So, I mean, PlayStation's been doing this.
Yep.
Fully downloadable games. I think this is huge.
Well,
I
they've
mean,
been doing the fully downloadable PS3 games. But they've not
Right.
done... Oh, no. They had some fully downloadable PS2 games, yeah.
Did they?
But, yeah, remember,
All right.
yeah.
I think this is a great idea because there's a lot of. To be honest, I threw away all of my old Xbox games and the old Xbox. I'm trying
I
to
have
think. I'm
Halo.
looking at yours. I'm
Yeah,
trying
I
to think
have
like
Halo.
what tennis. We used to play tennis a lot. What was that called?
Dude, Top Spin.
Top Spin. I would
Spin.
download that. I definitely
Dude, I would download that.
Halo.
We could
I would
play it
download
again.
Halo in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I have Halo is the only one that I have. But I would always trade games in. I mean, that's the cool thing is that I feel like there are certain games that I was like, oh man, I wish I hadn't traded that in because I'd like to just pop it in and try it when there's like a lull, you know?
Are there games though that you really have the attachment to on the 360 that you did like when you were younger and you look back on your games that you played when you were like with Nintendo? Like when I go with my Wii and I go to their online store, I'm like, hell yeah, Excite Bike, you know, Kid Icarus,
I will tell you right
F-Zero,
now. I will tell you right
Mario
now.
Brothers, like all these
Yeah.
games I just love to play again. I don't know if there's any for the Xbox that I
I will
really...
tell you right now, Gears of War would definitely be one of those where in 20 years, if somebody said, dude, there's a 360 emulator, do you want to play Gears of War?
Well, no,
And
I
I'd be
know,
like,
but I'm saying for the
"Fuck
original
yeah."
Xbox.
Oh, for the original Xbox?
Yeah. Because these are all original Xbox games we're talking
You know what I
about.
would love to try? They had this really great, one of the, I remember
Fusion
the-
Frenzy. Sorry.
What?
Fusion
Frenzy?
Oh,
Really?
Best
All right.
drunk game ever. People
Well,
know what I'm
that's
talking
probably
about. You know what
true.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
it's a party game.
Party game.
It's like American Gladiators, the party game.
Pretty much.
I will say there was a game, and I'm not going to remember the name, so then we can get tons of emails to tell me what the name is, which is great. But one of the original Xbox launch games was this like cell-shaded, like a metal, twisted metal type game. Where it was like all cartoony, and you were driving around in these cars, and you get like rocket launchers, and it was all black and white. And I can't remember what it was called. And it was one of the first games that I saw
I know what
running
you're talking
on an
about.
Xbox, and I went, holy
Was it
fuck.
like Taxi something or something?
No.
Was it like where you ran around, you get like things to kill other cars and stuff?
yeah.
Like big chainsaws and stuff attached to your vehicle?
Cartoony.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many people that are yelling the name out right now. I can't hear you.
Cell or something?
So, yeah, something Cell.
Cell.
Not Splinter Cell. Cell. Cell Shank
I know.
Redemption.
Well, okay. Well, I'm looking for it.
Cell Damage.
Cell Damage.
No, it wasn't Cell Damage.
Yeah. Wait.
Cell car game.
Yeah, it was Cell Damage. Look.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, Cell Damage.
Cell Damage.
Nice. Who
All right,
called that
FDW.
out? Nice.
All right, Alex.
Excellent.
But dude, yeah. For me, like, if I got to play that game again,
Yes.
because that was the game that, like, I would go into, like, CompUSA or I'd go into Best Buy. I don't even know if they had them in Best Buy. And you would look at a kiosk and you would actually see the game running, and you were like,
That's
this
amazing.
is next generation.
Right.
This blows the PS1 at the time out of the water.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this is hardcore graphics.
Remember, we played virtual tennis all the time.
Oh, dude,
If
yeah.
we could download that game, oh my god, I would love to play that
Well,
again.
that was Dreamcast, right? That was Sega?
Yeah.
So that
That's
should
still
be
alive.
on. That's probably on one of the. I wonder
People
if that is
hacked
downloadable
the crap
somewhere.
of the Dreamcast still. Like that thing is like still going strong.
Dude, I remember a dream. I had a Dreamcast.
I don't know if you can still get it.
Virtua Tennis. I just realized we just had this total lull.
Yes.
Well, Virtua Tennis 3 is coming for the PlayStation 3.
Oh, sweet. Oh, dude, we got to get that. I will totally battle you at that. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Virtua Tennis
They don't have it.
demo for the PC.
I don't think they have it via download though. The original.
That would be, well, that's the Virtua, because it was Virtua Tennis 2, right?
Right, but that came out and that was still, it was only disc only, right? Or I don't remember.
Well, anyway.
Anyway,
We'll figure it out. We should figure that out, dude, because you remember that? Dude, that was like, that is probably the fondest memory I have of hosting the screensavers.
was
playing virtual tennis
That's
in the
pretty
lobby.
sad. That's the case.
No, but I mean, you know what
No,
I
I
mean?
know.
Like,
We had so
would
much fun.
literally, it would be like every day we'd be like, dude, let's go play tennis.
The
While everybody's
producers would
working.
come and be like, "You need to actually get back
I
and."
know, dude, it was horrible. We'd like literally go out to lunch. We'd be like, let's just play a couple rounds before we go.
Yeah, that
It
was
was so
awesome.
much fun. And then right, remember when we were just getting ready to go on?
Uh-huh.
We had our mics on. We were all like hair and makeup, a whole 9 yards, and we'd be like, let's just go play one game real quick.
Yeah, totally.
Let's just go play one game. And then the guys would have to come and be like, dude, we're live in like 2 minutes.
Like you seriously need to
You
get out
need to
there.
get into the studio because we're gonna start the roll. Because it was live. We should do a live show.
Oh, yes, and
Can
stream
we?
it next
We
week.
tried, didn't we? Way back in the day.
We can do next
Next week. Next week's
like,
episode streaming live. Glenn, it's on you. All right, pants.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Next story.
My story.
That's mine.
Next story.
Oh, you're up.
No, 360.
Oh, yeah.
Circuit City refuses to honor Call of Duty 4 deal. 2,242 people dug the story submitted by iSamurai. Today, like many anxious gamers, I went to Circuit City, store number 3111, to pick up the highly anticipated Call of Duty 4 for the Xbox 360, which is fucking amazing. If you haven't bought it, go out and buy it. Probably one of the best first-person shooters I've ever played, and also one of the most fun online experiences I've ever had. Okay.
Okay.
I choose to pick it up at Circuit City this week's, as this week's circular ad listed a free copy of the previous Call of Duty 3 game with the purchase when I went, with the purchase. Check this ad out, right? Don't worry, I'm just rambling a little.
beautiful.
Look at this ad. Buy Call of Duty 4 in big bold letters and get Call of Duty 3 free, plus a free Call of Duty poster. Look over here. Free Call of Duty 3 for 360 with your purchase of Call of Duty 4
No,
360.
you didn't read the fine print. Look right there. Read that. Look real close.
While supplies last.
Exactly.
I get
While
that.
supplies last.
I get that, but here's the problem. This is what it said. When I went to checkout, I was told it was a misprint. We're not out of Call of Duty 3 for the 360. It was a misprint.
Let me see that other. Let me see that again. No. You don't print in
No,
bold type.
this is not a
like
fucking misprint.
This, if it's a
And
misprint.
the best part is, this is still up on the Circuit City of the specific thing in like Illinois, Naperville, Illinois, still up on their website as a featured ad.
Yeah. I mean, you can.
This is bullshit. This is like that thing where the Best Buy had an internal web server that had different prices. This is fucking bullshit. You guys, Circuit City, you're making enough fucking money. You don't have to start gypping people. I'm serious. This makes me mad when big companies try to screw you out of like $5 because they think it's going to make their price better. Like, fuck you guys.
No, but honestly, there's a breakdown somewhere. No big company, I would like to think that Circuit City would not go and print this.
Ah, you're a hippie.
Well, think about it though. Are they really going to say like, how can we screw 10,000 people? Like they're not going to. They know this is going to cause some problems. So why would they go and just automatically? I mean, something went wrong.
I agree.
Okay, good.
But I'm just saying, you got to be on top of that
Just take
shit.
them to small claims court. You can easily win this. You take them in, you're going to get $50.
But see, that's the problem. You know what I mean? That's the problem. It's not worth this guy's time to go in there and get the fucking, because this isn't worth $50. This is like $39.99.
Just throw a rock through the window then. I mean, something quick and just like get on to the next thing. You don't have to, I mean, it's going to cost them $50 to fix the window.
Oh, hello, Sheriff's IPA.
That goes to insurance.
It goes through insurance, but still, the rates go up, and it gets them in the end. It may go up 50 cents, but you know what? Over like 5 years, they'll have paid more than $50. I'm just saying, don't go do that, because if you do, watch it like.
I note that says
30
Kevin Rose from Diggnation told me to do this.
37 Circuit Cities broken into.
A rash of rock throwing at Circuit City seems to be proponent by Kevin Rose of Diggnation.
First of all, if anybody, Alex told me, because you were the one that was pissed off about this. I say.
Yeah, but I said
peace.
Dude, no, you were not
Love,
the peace
not
guy.
war. I'm
I was
peace.
Gandhi in this situation.
No,
I'm Gandhi. You're
called
the
me the hippie.
Luftwaffe.
You called me the hippie. I'm the
rock throwy.
Huh?
You're the rock throwy.
I just listen. You can't push the hippies around for too long. You push us around too much, and we fight back. Eventually,
never
we're
go
gonna
with the
rise
hippie
up.
to a second location.
What? What's wrong with
You
peace?
said peace at first, you said we're going to rise up into rock.
Yeah, you're a rock
I'm just saying,
piecer.
you start with peace.
You're a rock
And-
fighter.
and
That's what you are.
Listen,
You're a rock
start
fighter.
with peace. If they don't listen, you throw rocks. That's the hippie way. Come on, you remember?
That's the hippie way?
You remember, like in the '60s, the anti-war protests and all that shit. Like
And they wore
they'd be like
stones.
peace, and they'd smoke weed, and then they'd be like, oh, throw rocks at the tanks. Like it would happen. Like you know what I'm talking about?
So Circuit City is the tanks.
Pretty much.
All right. I'm really clear now.
Hey. Glenn's the biggest hippie here. What do you think?
No, I'm not.
Glenn's like, dude,
Glenn's like, peace,
don't
man.
do peace.
He's like,
I don't like rocks.
Don't bring me into this.
Dude, I got a biodiesel Volkswagen.
I
Don't
know.
fucking bring me into
I'm
this.
anti-hippie.
Well, you don't put
You
deodorant
are?
on.
You're a hippie.
That's like half hippie.
No deodorant.
No deodorant.
No cheese.
You don't eat meat.
cheese or
No,
meat.
But I'm not contradicting.
And
Your girlfriend's a hippie.
No, she's not.
Kind of.
I know Glenn's like, when did this become Fuck Glenn Day? What day is this?
I know. He's like, peace, fuck you
I
guys.
know, peace. I'm not contradictory. I'll poke you in the ass.
All right, Glenn, be nice to us.
Good work, Glenn.
Nice job. Next story. Peter Griffin lives.
Really?
4,445 people dug the story submitted by Sepultura. I am convinced that this man is Peter Griffin. That's about it. Thanks.
Whoa.
Look at that. That is Peter Griffin. There we are. I wonder
Is
if
that
that's
a costume
Do you
party?
think that's a costume? Yeah, it is. Because look, there's somebody dressed up as like Lord
A
Vader. in the back.
stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
funny.
The best
You know what?
costume ever.
That is the best way to get laid for this guy. Like seriously.
Because the guy's like,
He goes
Especially,
in
dude, if
and
he
all
can
the
do the
girls,
voice?
Oh yeah, the girls would love that. They'd eat that up.
well,
I don't think they'd eat it up, but they would.
that's how he gets mouth herpes on his penis.
That would not be good.
That's horrible.
But you know what? I think that's pretty funny. It's a cool costume.
The good news is, for one day, he's king of the mountain.
Right.
And for the rest, he's just that dude.
Who's that dude?
But he's probably a nice dude.
Yeah, it seems like
Watch him be like a billionaire, and he like bangs models, and he's like, haha, joke's on you guys.
I know.
I live in Paris and bang models.
Oh man, when I was in Paris, there were some beautiful women there.
Really? Oh,
No
dude,
doubt.
you're going back, aren't you?
I am in December. Yeah. I'll be
You
out there.
should tell all the French ladies to say hi.
I will be out there for a conference. You know, we were thinking about having a Diggnation get together.
You mean a
except
solo
you won't be
Diggnation
there.
get-
So
A Kevin
basically-
Rose get
no,
together?
I did that when I was out in Boston. When I was out in Boston last time, I sent out a pounce note and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to be out." And like, I don't know, like about 30 people showed up and just kind
That's
of
cool.
hung out, had some
Yeah.
beers, stuff like
cool.
that. So I might do that if just watch my pounce stuff. POWNCE.com/Kevin. There you go. That's all a few weeks from now.
Okay, here we go. Next story. Blu-ray DRM crown jewel tarnished with crack of BD+. 1,148 people dug this story, submitted by Ozon.
Yep.
Slysoft promised the BD Plus would be cracked by the end of 2007, and the company was on the money.
Sorry for the people.
No, that's an exclamation point.
I hate how there are people listening to this in their car.
Jesus. The Blu-ray's one DRM advantage over HD DVD was apparently disapparated, as the newest beta of any DVD reportedly can rip any disc protection with BD+. So this was sort of the big thing with, what's that? I don't know. Had a conversation with myself for a second. This was the big thing. Blu-ray was like, dude, get a Blu-ray player. They're not crackable. What?
They didn't say that.
No, that was it. That was the big thing. It was like, haha, HD DVD got cracked. I mean, you remember that whole thing, right? And now it's like, Blu-ray's cracked as well. And at the end of the day, nobody really gives a shit.
I don't think so.
Right? I mean, I guess what it is that you can now, if you had a Blu-ray player in your computer, which I know you don't, unless you have a Sony Vaio, you could put a Blu-ray movie in there, rip it, and then watch it on your Sony Vaio in high def. I guess that's. But really, I mean, who does that nowadays?
I think what people really do is they bring home the Blu-ray discs. They will figure out if there's a program that they can use to crack them. They crack them. They re-transcode them into an HD format, like a DivX.
Or like Windows Media to play
Windows
on the
Media,
360 or
H.264.
Yeah.
And then they'll save that as like their archive copy and use it to play, to trade, to share online, things like that.
All right, I buy that.
But I mean, nobody really cares. I don't know. It seems to me like copy protection right now, the studios, they have to know, let's just make this, I mean, they can't be thinking like no one will ever crack this, right? When they put in encryption. They're probably
honestly,
thinking, let's
who
try our
was it
best.
that said this is not crackable? Do you remember that? Somebody said it was like, this is not crackable.
That's just
And
stupid.
it's like, dude, you're just putting a big-ass fucking bullseye on your back. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's not like you sell more units of whatever. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
can
what do
never
you do?
say something is not crackable. You just can't.
Yeah. What about that big, what's that big gold reserve in Nebraska or whatever?
Yeah, but that's like...
Fort Knox? That's not crackable.
but that's not connected to the internet.
Nuke on it is.
Oh, there you go. Drop a nuke on it. Prager's
right.
a terrorist.
All right. Prager's. Wow. Prager
I'm
is a
saying.
terrorist. We should call Homeland Security.
David Prager.
We should do that. We should call Homeland Security on David Prager and see what happens.
He had those weird drawings of those plans in his house. Remember when we saw those?
What? Yeah, oh my God, you had me. I was like, holy fuck, Prager's a terrorist? I was like, what? What was it? What plans?
No, that would not be good.
That's horrible. Prager. Anyway,
It
so
is
it's gonna
hot.
be
This
cracked.
is why LA is so hot,
Dude,
man.
we're hot everywhere.
No, it's
we
cool.
are hot and sexy.
I left San Francisco. Where's my jacket? I left San Francisco this morning with a thick jacket on.
Yeah, but dude,
And it's like 95
it's
here.
amazing. Dude, it is 67
It's
here.
67. No, that's San Francisco.
Okay.
It's 67.
It is. Where's mine?
You don't have
I
that.
don't have weather up. I could put weather up. Just saying.
Ooh, getting all Vista pissed off on me. I have weather widget. I can do that.
I just don't care. I can also look out the door and go, it's nice out. Sunny.
I'm just sweating. That's all. Okay,
All right,
let's
well,
see.
it's all right. That's cool. 38 is a night. What is that?
Oh, so this is a new widget that they have in the newest
poster,
in.
movie poster
No,
widget?
no. What it does is watch this. Let's say I click on that, expands out, shows me all the theaters around where I'm at, movie times,
Those
all
are
right there.
nowhere near us.
No, but this is like I can change it to LA. This is in San Francisco.
Oh.
So like 30 Days of Night, there you go, AMC Bay 16. I want to go see it at 7:35.
That's cool.
And then boom, I can book it right there. Buy tickets. Done. All within the widget.
Except for that
Except for that one that's not
show
available.
or place. Awesome.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
All right,
Baby
so
steps.
it's happening. Baby steps. Baby
All
steps.
right, so that's it.
Baby steps into the elevator. Well, that's it. G-Bus.
Yes.
Well,
go.
I got drunk enough.
You had one beer.
2 beers? Dude, I'm on my
One and
second
a
beer,
quarter.
fucker. We had beers before. We beer.
Go daddy.com. Get your .com domain name for just $1.99 with any new non-domain purchase. Non-domain purchase. That is like the price of what's $1.99? Like Big Mac, Whopper.
Probably a Whopper.
Get a domain name. Plus, for as a special Diggnation viewer, enter the code DIGG DIGG2, number 2, at checkout.
Dig Gandhi peace sign.
Dig 2 at the checkout and save $5 off your order of $30 or more. Get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com.
So much useless buses over there.
Oh, I use something new on GoDaddy.
What?
I just gotta say this. This isn't in the copy. They don't tell us to do this. I don't know if I should say it. I probably should. They have this service where, like, I have a bunch of domains I never use, right? They're just going to basically dead pages.
Right.
And so they have this service where you can go in and you can say, like, put ads on my domain. And I know this is like parking, and I'm not trying to squawk because I own these domains and I want to do something with them later. But if people are naturally typing them in and going to them, they have this service where you can go and say, okay, I own domains. I'm a GoDaddy customer. Boom, do a rev share with me, and then they cut you a check for the people that come to your domain and click through on the ads. And you don't have to do anything. They host it for you, they park it for you, they put the ads up, they do everything, and they just cut you a check.
Why would you think people would be mad about that?
Because I think a lot of people think of, like, when they see ads on domain, they think, oh, someone's just trying to squat this, and they registered it. I have a few domains that I truly eventually one day want to develop, and I bought, but I'm not doing anything with them right now. So rather than have them go to nothing, if someone types them in, maybe I can make an extra 40 cents. You know, it might pay for my, Wall Street Journal subscription or something like that. You know?
Really? That's what you're saying?
I don't have Wall Street Journal subscription, but if I did, it would pay for it. It'll pay for my Netflix subscription. There you go. That's one thing I do.
All right. Well, good times. Next sponsor. I don't know why I was doing that like a story. Take TV. It's as simple as using a USB flash drive. Just drag your files. Oh, here it is. Oh. Just drag your files over to this bad mamma jamma. Look at that. Boom. Pop it USB. Blip. Slip it into the TV cradle. Ooh. And now it has mouth herpes. Press play on the included remote, and it's as easy as that. Go to take.tv.
Oh, dude, you gotta do our sponsor right, man. Hey, come on.
Go to Take TV to learn out more. This is actually something that I would use on a daily basis. We talked about this last week.
You gotta tell people what we did before the show. So we're trying to figure out who gets this thing, and we're doing rock, paper, scissors. And I'm like, come on, one go.
We usually do 2 out of 3. We usually do 2 out of 3.
We tied for the first one. I took it away, so I am actually getting to take this home. Thank you very much.
I'm keeping the remote.
No, it is very cool, though. Honestly,
it's compatible with DivX, XVID, and MPEG-4, which is amazing.
Well, that's the key, because when I download stuff online,
4 gigs.
Why did you just grab my thumb?
Because you're covering the number of gigs.
You're like, oh, that's a nice looking thumb there.
4 gigs. All right. I read Kevin's thumb.
I download a lot of DivX stuff, mostly XVID stuff.
And it works with Fanfare, which is a beta of a new service that access to a growing list of television shows.
Nice.
And movies. Hello. So anyway, we want to thank Take TV, and Kevin, you'll have to tell me how it goes.
Yes, I will. I'm stoked.
Worst Rochambeau ever.
All right, Netflix. Thanks to Netflix for sponsoring our show. As most of you know, with Netflix, you can rent over 75,000 titles online all at once. You'll get a huge mailbox full of titles. Not at once, not at once. You get like 4 out at a time, if you want to get that high-end plan. Including a lot of HD, DVD, and Blu-ray titles. Just got the new PS3.
Yep.
So now you can go into Netflix.
Crackzilla.
And what you do is you say, I own a high-def player. And you say, I own both, and then it will automatically, as you're adding things to your queue, it puts them in if they have them available in HD, DVD, or Blu-ray, which is awesome. Because I'll even actually bump up the stuff that's on my list if it's Blu-ray or HD, DVD, because I just like it a little bit better, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool stuff. Anyway, free shipping both ways from your home. If you haven't used it, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
They have over 40 shipping centers. So deliveries come in almost about 1 business day, which is very true. In San Francisco, we get them in 1 day turnaround. Plans start at only $4.99 a month. As a member, you get a no-risk 2-week trial membership. So you can go ahead and go over to netflix.com/Diggnation for that free no-risk 2-week trial. Make sure to put in the www, so that's www.netflix.com/Diggnation.
Correct, Amundo. Now, Kevin.
Yes.
We talked a while back about certain cologne types.
Oh, I'm excited about this.
You know, we didn't really know what we were going to talk about. We were like, hey, cologne came up.
Yes.
Cologne.
Yes.
We asked some people what they thought of cologne.
The ladies.
The ladies.
We polled the ladies. I was really, it was kind of funny because when we said, you talked about that you had been using Gillette. And that you were astonished about how the ladies, you pay so little for it, and you're astonished about how they really enjoy the cologne.
Yeah, no, I know.
We both own Gio. The Armani cologne. And we said, hey, if you're a lady out there and you have something that really just does it for you, send us an email.
We didn't realize how many ladies were out there and also that have a specific scent that does it for them.
I had no idea.
But thank you, ladies.
Like seriously, we probably got, now just to give you an average of like what we normally do, we probably get about 10 to 20 emails from women per week, maybe a little bit more. Maybe about that.
It's about right. Sounds
And
about
then
right.
from dudes, we get about 5 to 700. So ratio not so good for us. But I will say, during this little like contest thing, we did the rating thing with my hair. By the way, I am growing it out because everyone said they want it longer. That we probably had about 150 emails from women saying,
yes.
this is the cologne that turns
Yes.
me on.
Yes.
I wanted to touch on just a few of those today.
Most of them are Kevin's clone.
What cologne?
You just said clone instead of cologne.
Sorry.
What clone turns him on? Surprisingly, it's a Brad Pitt clone. Don't know why.
But it works. So Lindsay writes in, hello Lindsay. Hey guys, absolutely love your show, and I think both of you are hot.
I agree with that statement. Wait, that
And
just
that's,
that just made me say I think you're hot. That's
Right,
weird.
a little strange.
Got off.
I kind of flip-flop each week as to which one I like more. Kevin, I do like the shaggier hair on you. FYI, I'm a real girl, I assure you.
That's right, and I did get my hair cut, by the by. I'm sure
Yep,
you can see.
Mine is growing out.
I took like 7 pounds.
It looks good. You know, it
Yeah.
was really bulky last time.
No, it just
You
gets-
had a lot of girth on your
I
hair.
know, it's hard. Dude,
right.
I got my hair cut right out there on my patio.
Who did it?
My friend's girlfriend's a hairstylist, and I go to her salon to get a haircut, and I was like, I just don't have the time, or just don't care, or whatever. She came out, dude, I literally had a small rodent of blonde hair.
You could sell that shit on eBay so fast.
Really?
There's some dude out there that would just fucking love that shit.
I don't know if I want
Guaranteed.
some guys smelling my hair at night.
Dude, you
Or
know
making
what?
a throw pillow of Alex's hair.
That's a car payment, you know?
Well, all right. Touche. I
So
wish I had a car payment.
let me finish the
yeah.
the email. FYI, I'm a real girl. I assure you can see my photos on Facebook. My name is Lindsay. Last name. I go to the University of Miami.
Hello.
Blah blah blah.
University of Miami, Ohio, or University
Oh.
of Miami? Probably the University of Miami.
Miami. She goes, why doesn't Alex have a fan page too? She wants to create one on Facebook, which you did.
I just did.
So we'll,
I didn't
we'll
know
talk
that I
about
could
later.
do that.
We'll talk about that later. Okay, as a matter of fact, the cologne that does it for me is Chrome by Azzaro. If I like a guy, I would probably not be able to stop kissing him everywhere if he had it on.
Hello,
I have a-
mouth herpes.
I have attached 2 pics. One from Halloween is a dominatrix.
Dominatrix. Not dominatrix. I'm a picture of the Matrix.
2 from last year, Halloween, both taken from my eyesight and 17-inch MacBook Pro. Thank you for keeping it in the family. You guys are the best. Keep it up. So there she is.
Hello, dominatrix.
We love Halloween.
Hello.
So thank you
Our
for the-
favorite year of the year.
Yes, and by that you mean day.
Yes.
Next email is from Shannon. She says, hey guys, first of all, I'm a huge fan. Love you guys. Alex was right. Axe body spray is the best. My reaction is frighteningly
Frighteningly similar to the
similar
girls
to
in the commercials.
I
Dude,
can't explain why. Hold on.
Holy
but they
crap.
must put some crazy pheromones in there or something. Anyways, it's my favorite. By the way, Kevin, I miss your long hair. I'm sorry.
it's coming.
It's coming. Please grow it
University of
out. I'm
Denver.
working on it. University of Denver. You guys should definitely hit us up here in Colorado,
Dude,
especially
we've
this
not.
snowboarding season.
Dude, snowboarding show Colorado. Just saying. What's
No, I'm just reading. She goes, Alex, bring your snowboard. I would definitely like to have fun with you and roll in the snow.
You made that
I
up.
made that up. All right. I want to
And
take.
thank you.
I want to take the attached picture of me in my Diggnation shirt, but my lame roommate stole it. Anyway, here's a pic. Hello. All right. That's 2.
Touche.
Third one. Here we go. Okay, Kevin, the fact that you use Aqua Geo knows that it's something the ladies like, and you know about increasing your odds to getting in their panties. At least that's what I thought before you chopped off your hair.
Oh.
Okay, I understand.
So it comes back to my
you hate
panties.
my hair.
Wait, what?
Yes, it comes back to you. But if you're growing tired of Geo and want an ironclad guarantee of reeling in the pussy, she said it. She said it, not me.
Ironclad.
Try Iseli Miyake. It's
Whoa.
kind of Japanese
Okay,
cologne.
I just have to say, before we continue, Google Ads?
What?
I found this email that I'm going to read in a second called Alex's Laptop, and the Google ad says, Alex, compare Alex and other evening dresses.
We love you, Google.
What?
That's hot in here.
Google.
All right.
Anyway, keep going.
So she goes, and also Sean John, unforgettable. She goes, don't judge Diddy gets play. And
can't mock
Diddy
that.
does get play. And Kenneth Cole Black.
Kenneth Cole
These
Black.
will make any girl so wet that the only thing you have to worry about is slipping. I cannot believe she said this. Your Georgia girl, Jessie. Here's attached pic.
Wow.
If you're curious, and no, I'm not naked. Well, we can see by your little bra strap there. But
that could have been the cats.
that would be badass. If picture 2 was like her holding up her cat with like a bra on.
Oh, good times. Oh, it's funny when you see the picture.
They can see it. Glenn put
Oh,
it up.
good. That's good, Glenn. Good work.
I don't know why we're so punchy. It's hot as fuck in here, dude.
Oh,
I'm sweating.
balls.
Like, look at that. There's sweat
Why are
coming
you
off.
sweating so much?
I don't know.
You've been in
She's
the Bay Area
talking-
too long.
Okay, the next one is from Anna Marsh in her
We
A.
have more of them?
Last one.
Oh, right.
Her A has like 2 dots on top of it, so you know she's kind of like
called
from another
umlaut,
country.
umlaut.
There you go. Hey, Kevin, being a girl, I've included evidence. My favorite men's cologne is, Alex, take care of that one for me, is...
Salvatore Ferragamo's Subtle pour Homme,
Right.
which means subtly for men.
Subtly for men. So, it's a clean, unique scent. Definitely check it out. To Alex, throw out the Gillette. Not a big fan of
Dude,
Gillette.
you
But
come over to my place, I'll put a little on, and you just try to resist.
first of all, blow up the picture. Hello. Very cute.
Yes.
iPhone, dig hoodie.
You're in.
I'm in.
That's all you need.
Done.
She's like, chick, chick, and as soon as she hit click, Kevin went, what happened?
Yes.
In San Francisco.
There we are.
I wonder where she's from.
I don't know. She did not say. But she has started in case she writes us back.
Well, I believe that may wrap up this episode, friends.
Yeah, so thank you to all the ladies that emailed in.
Yes.
I'm going to compile a list because it was really interesting. Some went one way, some went another.
There were a couple that loved the Gillette idea.
I got to tell you one thing.
I got a couple Gillette positives.
I'm gonna post.
Positives.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna post some of these without names, or at least like 2 or 3 of them in the forums under "This is what the lady said about cologne." Because there was a really good essay that one wrote that was
yeah.
She actually works at like Macy's or another
Fragrance
store,
place.
and she deals with this all day long. And so she sees what the one really bad one people said stay away from. Polo in the green bottle. There were certain types of Polo that were really good.
Really good, yeah.
But the Polo in the green bottle smells like medicine. Several women said no go.
Okay.
And Paul Sebastian and a couple other ones. Like
just got invited
some of the
to-
older men clones.
I just got invited to a private Polo Ralph Lauren sale that's going on in Beverly Hills.
How's that work?
You go in and only certain people can come in, or you have to be invited to go in, and then they have like a big 50% off sale.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you got, once you're done, sort of like celebrity thing done, then they mark everything up to like 25% off, 20% off, and the stuff that doesn't get sold at the 50% off celebrity sale, they put it in to the public.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's cool.
We'll see. There's a shirt I want.
All right.
Well, that's it for this week's edition of Diggnation. I'm Alex Albrecht.
And I'm Kevin Rose.
Until
we should say.
what?
Send us
What?
What are you
What?
pointing at?
Point what?
I don't know.
Point.
I was just pointing. It was like this, and he's like, whoa.
Like this. He's like, wait, are you pointing?
Gary.
Oh, I'm not. What?
Oh yes, happy birthday to Gary. Thank you for
Oh, I
reminding
think it
us.
said earring, and I was like, fuck, am I wearing
No,
an earring?
Gary Vaynerchuk, happy birthday. Wine Library TV, winelibrary.tv, I believe is the domain name. Check it
Whatever.
out.
We will see you next week, friends.
Just don't get herpes.
Herpes. Oh, okay.
Here we
You
go.
guys all set with?
Yeah, we're all
Yeah,
ready.
take your time.
No,
Hey.
Yeah,
Hello.
whenever you're ready. Ho! Hey!
Well,
Suck! Go! Car! Ready?
No.
Sucks!
prayer.
Glenn's soon to be the new Prager with all this disruption.
I know.
All right, here we go.
No.
Hey, everybody, welcome to...
Oh, fuck me.
I didn't want to do that.
2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2
What?
seconds.
What happened?
I forgot.
We haven't done one.
I know.
What
Just
happened?
relax.
What's up? Why is everybody doing things? Oh, Joe, Glenn, leave it there. Save it. Just leave it on the counter. Drink that. Now go get a paper towel quickly before it spills onto the ground, which it's doing. It's going to the ground.
Where are they at?
Right behind your head. It's migrating. Oh, you need more
What
than one.
happened?
Glenn did it, Kevin.
I was gone for 2 seconds. Fuck.
It's these beers, dude.
Alright, come on, we got a fight to catch.
I get another
2
paper towel,
seconds.
dude. That's way not enough. But good work. Successful. Good save. You need somebody level-headed at a time of those. Because he was going to start dragging it over his Mac, dragging it onto my carpet, and I was like, just leave it.
You guys are wearing off on me. I never do stuff like this.
Welcome to the club, buddy.